Need from you guys is one word. Could we maybe have a word that you love to say?
Sassafras.
Sassafras.
Dog's gotta die, son.
Oh
Billy, as sure as the sun sets, so must a dog die.
no. Wait. Every sunset?
Somewhere in Georgia.
Never thought it would be my dog.
Oh, Hillman was great.
Yeah.
He was a good dog that did good work. His time came, and now we just gotta push him in. Ready?
Can we do it together, Dad?
Let's do it, Billy. Give me
You wait, left?
either or.
Okay.
Goodbye, Hillman.
He's just sitting there.
Oh, next flood. Can I get you a root beer?
Sure.
There you go. This is actually it's a pretty big day for us. I remember my first pet died. His name was Fred.
Fred.
As good a friend as a man could have. But when he molted his first shell, just didn't like what I was giving him. He died on those little pebbles in his terrarium. Naked, alone. Found him the next day, shadow of himself.
I would be too.
I cried, Billy. Cried like you did. That's what it is to be a man. To cry in the woods.
I want to be a man, Dad.
Yes, you do, Billy. This is your first step. I think this is the summer.
Summer of man.
Summer of man. We're finally going to get your legs and your balls to drop.
Oh.
That's a man's organ.
It just, I don't want to talk about, it's hard to talk about balls with your dad.
I don't
You
understand.
ever talk about balls with Grandpa?
Sure.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even to, like, the current day?
When it comes up in conversation. You don't force it. When you're a man, you don't have to force it. It just becomes part of your world. The trees and the ivy and the mud frogs. Mud frogs. That's gonna be there for a while. I know this may be weird after the ball talk, but Carolyn Hemster, she sure does like you. Family owns the church.
I hear this from everyone.
She takes her wise at you. Just saying, I've never seen you with a lady. 17 years.
So I found the right one.
take your time. Not too much time. Ladies don't like gray forests or bad knees.
Carolyn, dear, I told you not to lick right out of the bowl.
Oh, Mom, it gets cleaner faster that way. Sorry, Mom. It's just so good.
You're about to be a woman.
Well, no one can see that here in the kitchen.
I'm talking about metaphorically, well, literally. You're about to be a woman.
Oh, jeez.
Help your mama bake cookies.
All right.
You're doing more harm than good in the kitchen.
Well, someone has to clean the batter. Oh, like in the sink.
Someone looked in there think I raised a fool.
Mom.
Hopefully no one's looking in, but if
It's
someone
the
looks in,
kitchen! Who's looking in the kitchen?
sometimes Mr. Parson looks in. My God, our family owns a church. Have you sitting in here licking your fingers?
Why can't I just be myself when I'm home, Mama?
Sometimes, when the eyes of the community are on you, and the eyes of God are on you, it's like as if there are two halves of you. It's like as if you are a U.S. quarter. and sometimes in your private life, you are Abraham Lincoln. Is he on, who's on the quarter?
George Washington, Mama.
It's like sometimes you are George Washington. The community looks upon you as a pinnacle of respect and admiration. And they say, George Washington, he was a general and he led the country, yada yada. But sometimes in your private life, you still have secrets and you chop down a cherry tree, your finger in a bowl, and
Maybe George Washington lit his finger in his own kitchen.
not in front of.
They don't know one in front of his kitchen.
You do it in church too. What the hell are we arguing about? I said hell. Harold, I'm sorry.
No one heard you because we're in the kitchen.
I know, but he's upstairs. If I yell, sometimes he gets.
Mama, I don't think God cares if I'm long and gangly and goofy.
Yeah, but I'll tell you who does care. Billy Simmons.
Oh,
Yeah,
how'd you know about that?
I've seen you make those googly eyes. Might as well have them drooping out like a corner dime store goggles.
I was making them through my eyelids. I thought no one could see.
That doesn't even make sense.
It was kind of like,
Yeah, I saw that, and I see you doing it at church, and at school, and going to the bus, and sitting in the movie theater, and it's dark in that movie theater.
Mama, dishes are clean.
Well then, why don't you have some lemonade?
All right.
I'm sorry, that came out angry. Marilyn, dear, why don't you enjoy a glass of lemonade? You're just an emotional. Please.
Mama, I got all these feelings. It's hard when you yell at me about simple things like lemonade.
It's all right, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. It's just sometimes you're so disrespectful and you're just like I'm raising an ape in my own kitchen. I know you know,
Any bugs in there?
that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, we have a...
Well, Billy Simmons thinks I'm funny, Mom.
Well, that's real nice. Why didn't you tell me that? That's sweet.
Well, you don't like it when I'm funny. You just want me to sit and be quiet and go to church.
I like it when you're funny in the appropriate context.
Then it ain't funny no more.
No, I heard a joke just at church last week. So a priest is preaching in front of the congregation, right? And all of a sudden, one of the choir members gets up and she says, "Excuse me, Father, I have a question," right? And see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell you a funny joke, and instead of listening to me, you're sitting there chugging lemonade like you've been in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights.
I was waiting for you to tell the funny part so I could do a spit take.
Hey, Carol. Lynn.
It's just Carolyn.
I tried to say that. I'm sorry.
Carol Lynn is she sits in the back of the room all the time, so no one sees her.
I hear you. I was gonna say that in words.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. A lot of picking apples, huh?
Yeah. Mom was making a pie. You should come over later
Oh yeah.
if you want.
Right. You know, it's close to supper time. Maybe I'll try.
Well, should I tell her to set a place?
Is that a place?
Well, I know that's formal and all, but Mom don't like unexpected things. Like storms even. She yells at the storms.
You can even see a storm coming to some extent.
Yeah, but sometimes she takes like naps.
I can see how that would be trouble. Usually not in the best mood when I wake up and it's storming.
Yeah, but you know it ain't the devil's fault. You got sense.
Huh?
Nothing. Well, should I tell her to set a place or not, Billy?
Yeah. Set a place.
All right. Well, maybe just like a dessert plate. And dessert fork.
I'll use any fork.
No, you gotta use a dessert fork.
Oh, man.
You're coming to the minister's house. Hey, Billy. You talking with Carolyn here? Hi, Dad.
We're just in the same place, having word.
You and your dad have been sitting back in the church recently.
Yeah.
Everything okay at home?
Well,
Dad, Billy is gonna come over for dessert tonight.
Oh, dessert!
Yeah, Mom's making apple pie.
Oh, I love some apple pie.
Look, you can see your face.
You okay?
Oh, there was a worm in this one apple.
Wormy apples.
Oh, I'm not picking from that tree no more.
There's a story in the Bible about a wormy apple.
Don't worry, Dad.
So,
Carolyn, can you bring me some of those apples, please?
Yes, Mama.
you better take those. about wormy apple. Working on it for someday.
I'm not
See, God has a plan for every tree. The tree has its babies, and babies are its apples or pears. Every once in a while, an apple gets old.
Yeah, that happens.
And when an apple gets old, it gets infested with worms. So, after a while, apple's sitting up on that branch a little too long, evil creeps in. And when evil creeps in, well, sometimes you just gotta cut down the whole branch. I'm thinking to make it about feminism.
Here's some hot pie for everyone.
Oh,
Hope you brought your appetites.
Oh, Papa, you get first slice.
oh, thank you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, it was me.
Who wants a big bowl of whipped cream?
Mother makes some good whipped cream.
Oh, Mama, you never let me eat the whipped cream.
Special occasion.
It's for me.
Yes.
I'm the occasion.
Yeah, we thought we'd celebrate and have some whipped cream, and it's just so nice, you two getting together.
Whipped cream on a cake is just like that extra touch. You know, like if you had a crown, that's great. But if you had a crown
Like
and
a royal crown?
yeah, like a
a
royal
king's
crown, like a king's crown, and that's great, right? But then if you had jewels all over it, that's like the whipped cream.
I can't imagine a king's crown without jewels on it.
Well, I'm just telling you to imagine it.
Now, Mother, I've seen many crowns in books. Some of them don't have gems. They come from a part of the world where gems are not plentiful. You're Asiatics.
I had no idea. I really did not know.
I always thought,
Well, would they just be like a thin, wiry crown?
Usually silver or platinum.
I don't think that's true, dude.
You were talking about taking a thin, wiry crown and putting jewels on it. I don't know if they'd stick.
That's not what I was saying at all.
Well, let's try again. Let's start at the beginning.
All right, well, like whipped cream on pie is like, it's like a birthday, and that's good,
Yeah.
right? but then it's like,
I've had some bad birthdays. In 1979, it was supposed to be my birthday, and in the minute I woke up, they had a surprise party for me. I nearly tore a new one for everyone in that room.
Oh,
They made surprise. And I said, you know I don't like surprises. You all get down on the floor. I started throwing forks around. Everything I could see.
You can even see it in the wall.
sounds like it was a bad birthday for everybody else.
It came out.
It wasn't their birthday.
I always thought of whipped cream like a tooth that's coming in. Like, you can see it across the table, just like a tooth is starting to come in, and then.
You're saying if I'm across the table, I can see your tooth?
Just on account of that, it's what?
Whoa.
That's just coincidence.
Oh.
The tooth comes in all the way, and it completes your upper row, just like whipped cream completes a piece of pie.
What about the bottom teeth, Billy?
Interchangeable. You can use a top tooth or a bottom tooth.
Okay, I'm just saying they gotta work in tandem.
They do.
Usually here, Billy, when we bring up a metaphor, we've thought it through a little bit. Okay, I know you haven't been over before. Have some milk, son.
point of pride here. Sure is hot.
They say,
Hotter than what, Dad?
Hotter than Sahara Desert.
Oh, I haven't heard that one before.
Or the Gobi.
Go here, cold! I learned that in school. In our class, our unit on Asiatics.
if you, I'd like to give this another shot.
Oh, okay.
I should finish my pie first.
Take your time.
Think it through, Billy.
I think tomorrow is gonna be hot as balls.
Oh, Mrs. Hillman.
Oh, good to see you.
How are you doing?
Oh, it's been so long.
You know, Billy really loved coming over to your place.
Let me start to say, I am so sorry to hear about the doll. I read about it in the paper. It was really, I said a prayer at church.
A dead dog is a lot like a fuse that goes out in a stadium when soccer's played. Because you can see the team for a little bit, but then the lights go out.
Never thought of it that way. We've been noticing you've been sitting at the back of church the last few weeks.
Gotta keep Billy away from the front.
I can't imagine why.
He's feeling his oats.
Excuse me? He's feeling his own.
He's feeling his oats. His oats. His oats. He's feeling his oats now.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't want to come out and say it.
You're okay. Oh.
In fact, well, I think he's sweet on your camera.
I know so. He's been over for dinner.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, is that what?
Oh,
this
yeah.
is so uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was wondering.
Now I regret this.
No,
a little
maybe.
bit.
Yeah, I regret it. Wow.
I have to buy this now.
Been handling that mango a while.
They're delicious.
Hey, if it's a problem for you, we can let up. But frankly, we were in support of it. I think they're just the cutest little things.
Oh, Reverend. He can be fire and brimstone
Hey.
sometimes.
No, it can be hard.
No! This isn't what a band does. So many changes.
Sometimes you gotta let it out. Please, the first time a pet died in our family, my husband, revered as he may be, he tried to be strong in the face of adversity. He tried to hold his emotions in. It was a goldfish that he had won for me at the state fair.
Oh, those die like this.
I know. Despite all of his vast reading, he barely had come across anything about goldfish. And he was broken up. He didn't leave his room for 3 days. He was really something else. And he said, I can't go into church like this. And I told him, I said, my God, you gotta be strong. I didn't say God, he doesn't appreciate that. But I said, you gotta be strong. And you gotta let the people see your tears. And he did. And he delivered the sermon that Sunday. Just through a mountain, a river of tears, a waterfall, a cascade, a tsunami of emotion. And it was the best sermon he gave. Now, you don't preach sermons, but I'm telling you, whatever you do, you'll do it better through tears. I'm sorry, we don't know each other that well.
That's good. I feel like we're family. I do.
Maybe one day.
Sure hope.
Billy, it's me, Hillman. No, it's not like that anymore. Look, just want to say, hey, I was floating through.
I wish you would have stopped by sooner.
Well, I've met a lot of people in my life. I know you don't know that. Because I couldn't talk
How
before.
could I? No, you can't hold that against me.
Well, I had some people to see.
Okay.
Hi.
So how are things?
You look older.
I am older. Do I look a lot older, or just like I've aged as much as I should have aged in this period of time?
I have no concept of time or space.
Here's the question. Is that since the death or before that too?
I don't have a concept of time or space.
I apologize. That was a stupid question.
It's like all of my life was one moment,
Okay.
and same as this moment, it's hard to explain.
Sounds pretty cool.
Hey, I remember one of the last things that happened before you and your dad pushed me into the river, which, by the way, because everything happens in one moment, is happening to me right now. It's pretty upsetting.
I happen to be a man.
Right. I want to know, one of the last things, I was sitting next to you and you were using me to flirt with that Carolyn. You hit that yet?
No, not that.
Oh, come on, man. It's probably been some kind of passage of time.
I'm waiting for the right moment. What do you mean do? Just
Look, Billy, every moment is now. You'll understand that when you're dead. But right now, all I can tell you is every moment is now, so you might as well
just do it.
go for it now.
So just
No. God, you're an animal.
weird to hear. Okay?
Billy, look, you like this Carolyn, I could tell from the thing I'm experiencing right now where you're flirting with her. Yeah, you like her. I can tell. She's making these weird faces at you. She likes you too.
That's the sign? Like,
Yes. Like sometimes girl dogs make weird faces. And sometimes it's because they're farting. But sometimes it's because they're in love with you.
so
Maybe she's farting. But it's worth a chance.
50-50.
It's like most things. Except death, which is like 40, 40, 20. The 20 is purgatory. Hello.
Well, one shot. Not out of the question.
It's nice to see you.
You too. Can we do this more often?
Well, I have no concept of space or time. just practicing for the prom photos. We're going to the prom
Together.
together in this wedding gown.
Deborah!
Dad, don't make a big deal out of this.
Honey, what do you see in God's green earth?
Oh my lord. They've been into the attic.
I don't ever remember being that thin.
Well, I do say, she's stunning.
Wow.
It's your dress and your tux don't look nice. We were just about the same age and just about the same size, and we're a lot smarter.
Well, don't this kick the cat's patoot?
I know that. An insult if it wasn't so darn accurate.
Listen, I've been practicing this speech for a while, so why don't you just let me have it?
What do you gotta say, Carol?
When I was little,
Hold on, I feel I should sit down.
all right. When I was little, I snuck, you remember, I snuck the sassafras out of the pantry, and you slapped me across the face. I've never gone in there again.
Lord, that was a good smacking.
I learned my lesson, but I wasn't trying to steal it for myself. I thought I'd make a sassafras tea party for the whole family.
I didn't know.
I was only 4, and I was kind of surprised to be smacked.
Still, stealing is wrong.
The Lord says it.
It probably would have turned out poorly anyway. I didn't know what to mix with it or nothing. I thought maybe water.
Nope.
Well, I know that's wrong now, because you taught me well. You taught me everything I know about being a woman, about not biting my thumb and that silly stuff, but also the real stuff about caring for people. And that's all I was trying to do that time. You might think I'm trying to steal the sassafras all for myself, but I just want to throw a sassafras tea party for everyone in town.
Oh, baby, we can throw a sassafras tea party. Let him throw a sassafras tea party.
Now. I don't like when blood runs hot. A lava coming out of a volcano, pouring down the hills of adolescence into a pool of hellish. Accurate, using it, lit the place. Picture storm, but you can only leave to sin. Sometimes there's some sin's not so bad.
You can say that again. I think you're in the middle of a speech, dear.
I think it was that sin. Well, I know I do a lot of pontificating.
You can say that again.
But Billy, if you can state in a succinct and logical metaphor your love for my daughter, well, yes. You can go on and
My
Take
love
it.
for your daughter is like a big sack. It's a lot in there.
Well, that's good enough for me.
I love it.